Ladies and gentlemen, today it is July 10th, 2026, and I want to talk about the Druze in Israel, which is part of the larger problems of the minorities, which include the Druze, the Alawites, the Kurds, the Balochis, and more. Opening, and we can begin. The case of the Druze is very complicated and it's hard to explain it, but I'll try. The Druze religion was formed around 1,000 years ago, and similarly to the Alawites, the Druze are not considered Muslims, so they were persecuted for centuries. But in order to fight back, the Druze always settled in mountains, so they can defend themselves from an army because the mountains give them an advantage. The Druze live in 3 countries: Syria, Lebanon, and Israel, with a small community in Jordan. And in Israel, they live in the Carmel Mountains, the Galilee, and the Golan Heights. They mostly marry within their own community because a Druze is considered as someone who was born to a Druze father and a Druze mother. And in order to avoid genetical problems, the Druze always marry with another Druze from a different area. That's how today there are Druze in Israel who have relatives and cousins in Syria or Lebanon. In order to avoid persecutions, we have seen the Druze, especially in recent history, really involved in the politics of Syria, Israel, and Lebanon. But in Israel, we see the Druze involved not just in politics, but they also draft into the army, to the Israeli army. They serve as officers in the top ranks, and they also involved as managers, doctors, scientists, and teachers. And as a result, the Jews and the Druze in Israel, especially in recent generations, developed deep friendships with each other, and I doubt such friendships exist anywhere in the Middle East. But where's the problem? More than a year ago, Syria was hijacked by jihadists who view the Druze as infidel, who see the slaughter of the Druze as a command by God. And last year, in 2025, the tensions exploded and ended up in a massacre in the city of Suwayda. So there is one moral question. Should we, as those who supported Israel, always support the Druze and in Syria and Lebanon? Guys, if we forsake the Druze in Syria and ignore the Druze in Israel, we can't be called human beings. And all those pro-Israeli people and influencers must help the Druze in Syria through the Druze in Israel. There is no such a thing that we abandon them. They are the brothers of the Jews. Nothing will separate us. And same as I said about the Alawites, no need for Korean or American soldiers posted around Suwayda or the border between Israel and Syria. No need for that. All we need to do is to send a message to the Druze in Israel, Syria, or Lebanon that they are not alone anymore. It's possible to talk with them on social media, Instagram, and especially Twitter. And also, our other work is to expose the Islamist regime in Syria, which recently welcomed the French President Macron. And I remind you, not a single Druze, Alawite, or Kurd recognizes Ashara as their president in Syria. Thank you, and see you soon.